Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your slow flow class. Let's start in Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Ground your sit bones into the mat. Then let your knees sort of hang to the sides. The spine is long. I know for a long time when I was asked to sit in Baddha Konasana, I would do that. But can you lengthen through your spine? Bring your hands, palms face up on your thighs, and just close your eyes. Feel into the body. Feel into your breath. Notice what it feels like to be here on this Wednesday morning. Notice what it feels like to have the vertebra of the spine stacked. And let the knees sort of melt towards the mat with each exhale. And as we move through asana today, I'm going to offer you I'm going to invite you to just have a look at your perspective. How we show up in each pose. How we see or judge each pose. Can you observe perspective? And it's only by observation can we do anything to change anything. First step is always to observe and to acknowledge. Give yourself a few more moments here. And some of you are going to be quite comfortable to stay here. Some may just hold on to your shins. That makes it a little bit easier to sit up. Some of you may take a block and place underneath your sit bones. I'll give you a little bit more height to make it slightly more easy. And because it's quite a cold day, we're going to start with Kalapati breath. So we actually breathe Kalapati through the nose rather than the mouth. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That's not Kalapati breath, that's just me sneezing. So we're going to do 2 rounds of 40. And it's slightly slower than you would in a Bikram room. So let's begin. 2 rounds of 40. So you just want to bring some heat into the body to stoke the flame of the digestive system. So let's begin. Full breath in. Exhale completely. Half inhale to begin. And then between sets, can you just give yourself a moment? Once again, feel into your hips. Notice if you've cultivated warmth in the body. And let's prepare for our second set. It's a nice deep breath in. Complete breath out. Half inhalation to begin. And then release your Kalapati breath. Bring your hands to heart. Inhale, lengthens through the spine. The exhale hinges at the hips and falls forward. Get some length through the back line of the body. From the tip of the tailbone to the crown of your head. Allow the knees to flare out to the sides. And the inhale slowly rolls us up our spine. Bring your hands underneath the thighs. Place your feet hip width apart. Hands underneath shoulders, fingers point forward. And the inhale is going to lift the hips. Quite a nice release from Baddha Konasana. Stretching into those hip flexors. Maybe you peel your ears back and lift your hips more. Press the feet and the hands into the mat to lift the hips so it's root to rise. The exhale straightens out the legs and sends the hips back. Keep the sit bones off the mat. Inhale will pulse us forward, lift, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale sends us back. We're only going for 3 of these. Inhale will rock forward, lift the hips, ground into the palms, ground into the feet. Last one, exhale sends us back. Release your sit bones to the mat. Inhale reaches the arms out wide. Exhale folds us forward, Paschimottanasana. So we're looking for length in the spine once again. Heart towards the toes. Walk the hands forward, lift through the chest. Some of you may lower your hands to the outside blades of the feet. I prefer to forget about my feet and just have my hands on the mat. That stops this from happening. The body's still cold, it's still early in the practice. Inhale brings you back through center, reaches the arms up. Exhale places the hands, and we're going to take a reverse plank. So place the hands on the mat, spread the fingers wide. Internally rotate your inner thighs. And then ground the soles of your feet as you lift your hips. Oops, apparently you bring the whole mat with you. Lift. Press the soles of the feet into the mat. Release. Bring the knees to the chest. Setting up for Navasana, boat pose. So I'm either holding underneath my thighs and I'm lifting my chest. Shins parallel to the mat, feet are flexed. Option 2 is I straighten out my arms. And I lift. And I breathe. Stay with it. I know it's strong. Squeeze your knees together. Internally rotate the inner thighs. Shins parallel to the mat. Just one more breath. Exhale takes you over to the right. Inhale brings you back through center. Exhales over to the left. Inhale through center. That's 1. We're going for 3. Exhales low boat. Inhale lifts you back up. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale brings you back through center. Exhales low boat. Feel the warmth that you're building here. Inhale lifts through center. Observe your perspective to this suggestion or this part of the sequence. To the left. Inhale draws you through center. Exhale low boat for 3, 2, 1. Inhale brings us back. Exhale, rounds forward, wrap your arms around your legs. Should I use words that make sense? And just here, kind of hang off your shins, and you're getting this beautiful broadening through the back of the heart. Inhale, lifts the chest. Take a yogi toe lock to your big toes. For those of you who don't like yogi toe lock, you can bind to the outside blades of your feet. Just makes it a little bit harder, this part. So ground your sit bones on the mat. The inhale will lift the heels. And take a supported boat pose. Be mindful you're not rounding into the spine, lift the chest. And then as though you're opening the curtain, send your legs out into straddle. Bend the elbows, lift the chest. Oops, Shanti, move. Bend the elbows, lift the chest. Breathe. Lift your heart. We're looking for a straight spine here. Lift the corners of your mouth. One more. Exhale brings the soles of the feet together. Find your Baddha Konasana. Okay, so you're going to start to add some movement. Extend your left heel out to the side. Janu Shishashna, right foot to the inner left groin. Right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Get a nice twist. Inhale brings the gaze forward. The body follows. Find your janu. Doesn't have to be the deepest one you've ever done in your life. You might be up here. Some of you may be able to place your forehead on your shin, but you're looking for length through your spine. Take one more round of breath. And then release. Inhale brings us back through center. Right hand to the mat. Left hand floats. Find stargazer. Just to release some of that compression into that left hip. Exhale, release. Change legs. Right leg out to the side. Left foot to the right inner groin. Find your twist over your left shoulder. The inhale brings the gaze back, the body follows. Inhale, lift, twist over your right thigh. Exhale, finds Janu Shishashna. Out. Fold. Now we're really getting into the left side of the lumbar spine. But at the same time, we're starting to get a nice stretch through that right hamstring. Stay with it here. Release. Lead with your left arm, the right arm follows. Find your stargazer. And slowly release down. Legs out wide. And it doesn't have to be the deepest side up splits, the deepest straddle you've ever done. Your legs can be a little bit closer if you lose integrity in the spine. The inhale will lengthen. The exhale will fold. Remember, it's the beginning of the practice. So for some of you, they'll stay up here and this is perfect. Open hips, you might go a little bit further. And can you rotate your inner thighs out? So you're rotating them backwards. It's quite nice to bring your hands onto your thighs. Rotate them back and then fold forward. Keep those feet flexed and keep lengthening through your spine here. One more. Release. Inhale brings us back through center. Hands underneath the knees. Cross your shins and roll over to a tabletop. And let's do 3 rounds of cat-cow. Lower the belly, raise your gaze as you inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin around. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Last one, inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale to a neutral spine. Bring your left knee towards the middle. Send your right foot back. Flex the foot, close the hip. Rotate your right toes out to the side and then draw your right foot forward. Then you're going to raise your left arm. And there's a straight line from your left fingertips, your shoulder, your right hip, your right heel. We're going to stay here for 3, 2, draw belly to spine, press up your shoulders. 1, slowly release that left hand. Take your right foot through center. Then bring the right foot to the outside of the left leg. You're going to bring your gaze over your left shoulder and have a look at your right heel. Stay with it. Opening into the ascending line of the body. Bend the right knee. Bring your sit bones back for a shoelace. So we're sitting between the heels, the knees are crossed. Arms out to the side. And it's left arm over. Give yourself a little pat on the back here. Some of us will stay here, some will take, full Gomukhasana. Right thumb rotates down. Maybe you bind in your t-shirt or your hands. Lengthen on the in. Some of you will stay here, fold on the X. We're going to be here for 3 rounds of breath. Notice discomfort in the body. Observe your judgment. Observe your perspective to the shape. One more round of breath here. Change. Inhale brings you back through center. Release the arms. Up towards the sky. Exhale, hands through heart. Tuck your toes. Walk your hands back. And you're in a crisscross forward fold. Then walk your hands over towards your left side. Once again, really getting into the right side of the body. Ground into the soles of both feet, Pada Bandha. The inhale will bring you back through center. Left foot to the mat, raise your right. So it's not exactly standing splits, it's a very gentle standing splits. My right leg is still parallel to my mat. Exhales a forward fold. Root to rise, high mountain is the in. First time we're standing on our feet the whole practice. Exhale, cactus out the arms and lift the chest. Reach up, find your high mountain. Hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Complete the pose. Maybe your knees are bent, but your forehead is towards your shins. Inhale is a halfway lift. Walk your hands forward to a high plank pose. Press up through your shoulders, lengthen through your forearms. Inhale, rocks forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog as your end. Once again, ground through the palms, lengthen through the forearms, broaden through the collarbones as you peel your ears back. Downward facing dog as your X. Get length and press into the earth. Take one more round of breath here. Exhale, lowers the knees. Tabletop. Let's go 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lowers the belly, raises the gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin round. Inhale for cow, moving with breath. Exhale for cat. Last round, inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale brings you up to a neutral spine. Bring your right knee more to the midline. Send your left foot back. Flex the foot, close the hip. Open the foot to the left side. Bring the left foot forward. Extend your right arm out. So really press into that left hand, press up through your shoulders. Bring the left foot forward. Heel aligns to your hips. Rotate the right shoulder back and slide the shoulder blade down the spine. Strong abdominal muscles here for one more round of breath. Release. Right hand to the mat. The left leg moves back through center. And then the ball of the foot grounds to the outside of the right leg. Now look over your right shoulder. Have a look at your left heel. Getting into the descending line of the body here. Release. So find your wrong style of yoga, Gomukhasana, cow face legs. Bring your sit bones between your heels. So in yin yoga we call this shoelace. In all Eastern or sort of Indian rooted yoga we call this Gomukhasana. Inhale reaches the arms up. This time the right hand pats you on the back. Reach the left arm out to the side. Rotate the thumb down. And if you took the bind on the previous side, please go there here. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Option to stay here, option to fold forward. Notice the breath. Notice resistance to the shape either in the physical body or in the mind or both. Take one more breath. Release. Inhale draws you back through center. Release your arms. Reach them up. Exhale, hands through heart. Place your hands, tuck your toes. Float your knees and walk yourself back. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, walk yourself over to the right. So now we're getting into descending line. Stay with it. Release. Come back through center, ground into the right foot. Send your left foot back. So it's not quite standing splits. I'm just lifting my leg a little bit. Just release the hip. Exhale. Uttanasana. High mountain as you're in. Exhale, cactus out your arms and lift your chest. Bring it up, high mountain. And the exhale, swan dives forward. Maybe your knees are bent, some of you will have straight legs. Do what feels good for your body here. Crown of the head is heavy. Inhale's a half lift. Walk yourself forward to a high plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana all the way down. Belly to the earth. Okay. Sorry, I just need to make space. I'm too long for my little space here. So press your fingerprints into the mat and lift your arms off the mat. Press all 10 toes into the mat and you're going to activate the quadriceps. And then your legs will lift. So it's just the toes and the fingerprints and the belly pressing into the mat. Rotate your outer armpits down. And stay with me here for a moment. Can you curl the pubic bone down? From here, you're going to lift the arms. So we're going for locust pose. Some of you will stay here. Others will start to lift the legs. Big toes touch. Inner thighs rotate towards the sky. Nice full breath in. Exhale, draws the elbows back, lifts the chest. Inhale, reaches forward. Exhale, draw, lift. Last one, inhale, reaches it forward. Exhale, stay with it. Some of you may reach your arms back, interlace all 10 fingers and lift higher. And then release. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, high plank to downward facing dog. And give yourself a moment here, bend the knees. Identify your right foot. Inhale is a three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose, press up through your shoulders. Step your foot between your hands. Low lunge as you inhale, draw the right outer hip back, the left hip forward. Exhale, Parsvottanasana, ground your left heel, feet are at a 45-degree angle. Lengthen through the spine. I personally like to walk my arms forward like a downward facing dog. Inhale, rocks forward, finds the low lunge. Weight to the right foot, raise the left. Exhale is a standing splits. Keep those hips closed, make sure you can see your left toes. Inhale to half lift. Place your right hand on the mat and open yourself up to Adho Chandrasana, half moon pose. Stay with it, stack left hip on top of right. Exhale, bend right knee, grounds left foot, reverse your warrior. Full breath here. Rainbow warrior is your X. Sorry, Skandasana is your X. Low lunge, top of your mat. Place your hands, step back, high plank. And let's move through a vinyasa flow. Okay. Inhale, raises your left foot, three-legged. Lift the heel. Now lift up onto the ball of the right foot as you bring your left knee to your nose. Touch. Step your foot between your hands. Find your low lunge. Lift your chest. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. Pyramid pose. Scissor the hips together. Rotate your left hip back, your right hip forward. Inhale, rocks forward, finds a low lunge. Weight to the left foot, float your right foot. Exhale as your standing splits. Close those hips, look up towards your right toes. If you've taken the bind with the left hand behind left calf, release it. Inhales more to a lift, and then you're going to open up into Adho Chandrasana, half moon pose. Stacking shoulders, stacking hips. Start to bend the left knee, reverse your warrior as you're in. Skandasana to the back of your mat is your X. Low lunge, top of the mat. Step the left foot to meet the right, high plank to chaturanga. Upward facing as you're in. Downward facing as your X. Bend your knees. Start to wiggle into your hips. The inhale raises the right foot. Find your three-legged up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot through. Low lunge is your inhale. Parsvottanasana is your exhale. Inhale's a half lift. Exhale sinks you deeper. Inhale, low lunge, top of your mat. Brings you up, high crescent. Lift. And the exhale opens you up, Ashwata the horse. Tuck the tailbone. Oops. Fall over your own feet apparently. Weight into your heels. Bend the knees. Tilt the tailbone forward, shoulders above the hips. The inhale opens the heart. The exhale rounds forward. Inhale draws us through center. Exhale sinks us down. Inhales, flying warrior, feet are parallel. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. And maybe you bind at the back of your heels. Maybe you bring the heels of the hands to align with the heels of the feet. And to straighten out your legs, you're going to really press the heels into the mat. Stay with it. Let the crown of the head be hidden. One more. Inhale, hands underneath the shoulders, half lift. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. Low lunge, top of your mat. Three-legged dog is your in. Downward dog is your X. Rock it forward, find your plank. Through Chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, raises your left leg, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose, step foot between hands. Low lunge is your in. Parsvottanasana is your X. Inhale to a low lunge. And low lunge to a high crescent. Take a full breath here. Open it up. Ashwata the horse. Inhale opens the heart. Exhale opens the back of the heart. Inhale through center. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, reach it up, flying warrior. Exhale, feet parallel, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Setting ourselves up for a wide-legged headstand. So align the heels of the hands with the heels of the feet. Now slowly tuck your chin and bring the crown of wolf, bring the crown of your head to the mat. And some of us will stay here. Some of us will start to lift our heels. So it's the big toe to the mat. And some of you will start to float your feet. And we're going to find a wide-legged headstand, tripod headstand. So keep the feet flexed. Stay with it. From here, bend your knees and we're going to Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet touch. Keep the vertebra of the spine stacked. Find that connection through your feet. Breathe. And when you're ready to come out, you're going to extend through your heels. Tuck the tailbone. Ground the feet. And gently lift the crown of the head off the mat. So you can shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, Skandasana, bottom of your mat. Inhale brings it forward, low lunge, to a three-legged dog. Exhale takes you down, downward facing dog. Rock forward, find your high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog as you're in. Down dog is your X. Bend your knees. Look forward, walk, step or float. Ardha Uttanasana is the in. Fold is the X. Inhale brings you up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands through prayer Tadasana. Let's float through a Surya Namaskar B. Just to build some warmth within the body. Although I do think it's starting to warm up today. Ground into your feet. Big toes touch. The next inhale is Uttanasana, awkward chair. Exhales or forward fold. Half lift on your in. Place your hands, bend your knees. Your journey back, it's one breath to low plank. If you're jumping, you're landing with your elbows bent. Adha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, steps your right foot between your hands, ground your left heel, warrior one. Vibhadrasana A. Square off your hips. Exhale, hands through prayer. Step right foot back, high to low plank. Chaturanga. Up dog is your in. Down dog is your X. Shanti, out. Step your left foot between your hands. Ground right heel. Vibhadrasana A to the left. Exhale, hands through prayer. Chaturanga Dandasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Full breath in. The exhale, bend your knees, looks forward, walk, step or float. Half lift to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale brings you up, Utkatasana. Exhale, easy standing. Just notice how your heart rate has increased, how the body may feel a little bit warmer. It's a nice full breath in. Exhale completely. Bring your weight to your left foot, right knee to chest. And take a bind. I like to interlace my fingers underneath that right heel or the foot, and I'm going to extend my leg forward. My shin is parallel to the mat. Some of you may stay here and hold on to the knee. And I'm looking for length. So, I'm going to start by grounding Pada Bandha through the four corners of my left foot. And maybe you start to straighten that knee, level off the hips. Wrap your elbows around your calf and slowly start to tuck your forehead to your shin. Find your balance. Observe your perspective. One more. Release. Right knee to chest. Exhale, heel to bum, moving to dancers. Right hand to the outside blade of the right foot. I like to flex my foot. The left hand I like to bring to chin mudra. And then kick the foot into the hand. Some of us will be here and this is perfect. Others will start to wrap that left arm around. Take a bind to the inside blade of the left foot. Kick foot into hand. Lift the chest. Kick foot to hand, lift the chest, broaden through the collarbones. One more. Release. Find your standing wind removing pose. Round through your spine. Feet meet. Weight to the right foot. Inhale brings the left knee to chest. This time we're going for the opposite interlace. So it's either on my shin or underneath the ball of my left foot. But we're in the unnatural, the uncomfortable bind. Inhale, extend that left heel forward. We're looking for a 90-degree angle between our legs. Exhale, lengthens the spine forward. And maybe you start to tuck the chin. Find your breath. One more. Release. Bend into the left knee. Left hand, if you bounce around, left hand to the outside of the left foot. Some of you will stay here in your dances. Others will rotate that right hand around. Oops. Apparently my right side is not happening with balance today. Maybe you take the bind and you kick and lift. And kick. And lift. And one more. Kick. Lift. Release. Find your standing wind removing pose. Release. Big toes, heels touch. High mountain as you end. One more. Symmetrical Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with your heart. Fold forward, find Uttanasana. Half lift as you're in. Place your hands, bend your knees, walk, step or float, Chaturanga Dandasana as your ex. Upward facing dog is the in. Downward facing dog is your ex. Just give yourself a moment here. Wiggle out the hips and then come to stillness. Then bend your knees, look forward. Those of you jumping through, go for it. If you're not jumping through, you bend your knees, cross your shins, land, and then bring your feet through. Okay, out. Excuse me. So I'm going to bend my left knee, bring my left foot. I like to bring my left foot just behind my right glute. And then I interlace my fingers underneath the sole of my foot and I lift. Out. Once again, I'm looking for a straight spine rather than a straight leg. Out. Sorry about my dog. Maybe my knee is bent, and for some of us, we can stay here. If I'm here, see my spine is straight, I'm not rounding. Lift your heart towards your knee. Others will start to extend that right leg. And now I'm lifting my heart towards my toes. Okay. If I'm taking the full pose, top of my right hand to the back of my right foot, top of my left hand into my right hand. Obviously, if you're wearing a watch, it gets a little bit tricky. And then I bring my forehead to my shin, but I'm looking for length through my spine. Say good morning to your right hamstring. We'll stay here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly start to release. Bring the right knee back towards the right armpit. The left hand moves up and over, takes a bind to the outside blade of the the right foot. And we're moving to compass pose. So ground your right hand, kick your left foot up. And now we're twisting through the spine. Both sit bones are flat on the mat. So often what will happen is you'll start to lean into that left sit bone and the right glute lifts. Ground them both. Kick, twist, and you're looking up underneath your left armpit. One more breath. Release. Bend the right knee. The right foot, the right leg to the mat. Start by interlacing 10 fingers underneath the sole of the left foot, out. And then extend the heel forward. Lift. And if you stayed here on the previous side, you will do that now. Otherwise, start to extend the left leg. And if you stayed here on the previous side, you'll do so. And if you're taking the full variation, the back of my left hand to the outside of my left foot. My right hand, back of my right hand to the palm of my left hand. And then I lengthen. Really getting into those hands. Lift through the chest. And even more importantly, can you lift the corners of your mouth? I think that's the most important part of any yoga pose, is to smile. Can make even the most difficult pose feel not so challenging. One more breath. And then slowly release. Left hand draws the left knee back to the armpit. Right hand to the outside blade of the left foot. Bring your left leg onto the left shoulder like a handbag strap. Ground your left palm, rotate the fingers out. Then kick foot into the hand. Find your compass pose. And for some of us, the knee will be bent and we'll be here, and that is perfect. Others will start to straighten out the leg. Lengthen. Twist through the spine. Take one more. And slowly release. Cross your shins. And that's either an easy cross leg, half lotus. Some of you may feel like taking full lotus this morning. The only benefit of full lotus is that it's impossible to fall out of it, no matter which way I move. Doesn't make me a better or less yogi. Find your seat. Ground your palms on your thighs. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Big sigh out through the mouth. Bring your arms out wide. Up towards the sky. And exhale, let's twist right hand behind, left hand, right knee. Gazes over your right shoulder. Just twisting out all the poses we've done today. Inhale draws the gaze forward. The body follows. Reach your arms up. The exhale will twist us over to the left. Lengthen through the crown. Each exhale twists deeper. Inhale brings the gaze forward. The body follows. Reach your arms overhead sideways. And exhale, draw energy through your crown, through the third eye, through the throat, and down to the heart. And when you're ready, you can release your hands, palms face up in a gesture of surrender. Or if you're needing grounding today, you can bring your hands, palms face down. What is your body needing today? And close your eyes. Notice your breath. Feel how it feels to be in the body this morning. Notice any sensations or stories in the physical body or the mind Notice your perspective to just what is. Are we easily triggered by the things that are happening in our world today? Or are we grounded in who we are, trusting that the universe will always take care of us? Do we see what's going on in our lives as a blessing and something to be grateful for, opportunities to grow? Or do we perceive them as a punishment? How do we perceive ourselves in the world around us? And as we go forth in our day, may we take the reflections and observations we made on our mat, and can we take them out into our daily life with us? Can we practice the yoga not just on our mats, but in each moment of our life? Patanjali's Yoga Sutra is the first of the 4 sort of books of the sutras. The very first sutra says, and now the journey, and now we begin the yoga. It's not tomorrow. It's not when I get on my mat later this afternoon. It's now. May we take that into our day with us as we move forward. Close the practice by bringing the hands to the prayer in front of the heart. And let's end with a single chant of Om. So it's a full breath in. Exhale completely. Inhale to chant. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.